Yes, good old TJ.
Alright guys, we finna get right into this Mortal Kombat 11 news, DLC guys. Will it be delayed? Is it gonna be delayed? Let's just get right into it. Let's just talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's your boy Incog, man. Like I said, let's hop right into this. So if you guys see up on your screen right now, it says from Ed Boon on Twitter, it says 16 characters we want as DLC in Mortal Kombat 11. Or as I call it, ... every character not in MK11. Then it has like this little video right here, 16 characters we all want as DLC in Mortal Kombat 11 Part 1. So I don't know whose video is this for YouTube, but yeah, it's just basically most of like the fan favorites and like the ninjas and stuff like that that did make it into this game. They basically wanted them in, you know, Mortal Kombat 11, like Melina, like person that's on the thumbnail, Melina, who else? Melina, Ermac, just to name a few. Reptile, you know, this, that, and the third. So, you know, just talking about some characters that wanted to be in the game, but that's not in the game. But now Ed Boon was talking about them not being in the game. But if you guys remember from all the leaks and stuff like that, with like the dialogue from certain characters and stuff like that, data mine the game and stuff like that, it looks legit to me. But who knows until it actually comes out as the first combat pack till we actually see it. So let's just move on. So now, and this is why I'm kind of like saying that maybe that the stuff will be, you know, delayed for DLC and stuff like that, this, that, and the third. So you guys see right here, it says report NetherRealm reducing overtime and surveying employees following allegations of poor work conditions. So there's a lot of ish that's been going on with NetherRealm Studios. It's been going on for like a little while because a lot of like past employees, ex-employees and stuff like that actually came out and talked about like the NetherRealm working conditions and how they're not really, you know, A+ material as far as working conditions and how they do their employees while you're working there. So now they actually are, you know, doing a survey and like reducing the time of overtime of you working at this NetherRealm Studios. So this actually was talked about like roughly like at the beginning of like MK11. Like they was actually talking about this like a while ago as far as like just with NetherRealm Studios, like all like the whole situation has been going on with them was like being really monkey, really ucky. So like I said, this might be a reason. Excuse me. This might be a reason why. Excuse me. This might be a reason why the DLC might be delayed, because this is a massive thing. This ain't nothing like to sneeze at about like, oh, you just like put this underneath the rug and call it a day. Nah. So now we go on. It says a week after promising to launch an investigation into allegations of toxic work conditions, NetherRealm Studio has reportedly cut down on overtime hours and has been holding internal meetings to assess the situation. So like I said, back then, like way back then, like this stuff was already kind of discussed, like kind of like rumored or hinted at about, like I say, the poor work conditions of NetherRealm Studios. So now they actually want to kind of like, you know, internally want to discuss it, try to like, you know, make it better, see what's going on, what's wrong, things of that. So with all this going on while Mortal Kombat 11 is out currently right now, 9 times out of 10, most likely we probably won't be getting the DLC right on time, like how we usually would get the DLC right on time for like a NetherRealm Studio title. So we have to just wait and see about how that goes. So let's move on to the next image. It says the anonymous employee also said that the following multiple reports in recent weeks, NetherRealm decided to give employees the last weekend off. So NetherRealm has really been feeling some heat from the anonymous employee and I guess other employees from the past about this whole situation. So if you guys see this, basically it's just, you know, basically reporting, like I say, toxic work conditions, this, that, and the third. So NetherRealm just said, screw it, we're just gonna give everybody the week off. Everybody, it doesn't matter who you are, everybody's getting this whole weekend off. You ain't gotta come to work. So yeah, they're really feeling the heat from this whole situation. Alright, so let's move on. It says we were given the weekend off and have not yet gone past 6 p.m. this week. They said, however, there are concerns that an upcoming Mortal Kombat 11 patch will prompt the management to demand overtime yet again. So this is basically just so with, I guess, the last patch, I guess we'll say that they was talking about, they was basically having to work a lot of OT, like hella OT, for that patch, for the whole situation of getting the towers to be, you know, accessible, getting the towers to actually, you can actually beat the towers, updating us to give us the 500,000 coins, the 250 hearts or something like that, you know, all the hearts, all these green souls, and all this other stuff or whatever. So you can use in the crypt so you actually get some stuff out of the crypt, because how they released the game or whatever from base form of the game, it was hard to beat towers because the AI was like double health and like all this other stuff like that, and then like the tag team modifiers, like they did a whole bunch of that, like just a whole bunch of stuff, so they had to update it. So with that previous update we just got like a few weeks ago, that demanded a bunch of OT. So then they talking about, I guess they're talking about that same upcoming Mortal Kombat 11 patch. I don't know if it's the same one that we already got, or is it talking about another one that's supposed to happen in the future? I don't know. But if it's talking about the one that already happened, then that's what happened. It was, they had to do overtime. But if it's talking about another upcoming Mortal Kombat 11 patch, then they got to work overtime again, which, you know, they don't really, you know, they're not really messing with. Anyway, we move on to the next thing. So this employee said, I'm assuming we'll be back to our overtime hours very soon. Variety sources also said that the employees are cautious and aren't getting their hopes up just yet. So basically just following up to what I was just talking about with the whole overtime situation. So here go Ed Boon. This is the next image. It says, announced DLC before the game launches? #why? So I mean, usually games don't announce their DLC because that doesn't make any sense. Of why would you announce DLC before your game actually comes out? Because that's just killing more and more hype. Because usually your DLC for your fighting games is supposed to bring you hype. Because like people see, like just say for instance, when you heard and you seen from Mortal Kombat X, just to previous episode we were talking about Mortal Kombat, when we seen Predator and Alien in the trailers of those combat packs and all that for the trailers, it got people more hyped again, because it's like, okay, we was playing these other characters, base roster characters, stuff like that. It's like, oh, we see these characters now, we see the Triborg and stuff like that. It's like, oh, it's like, you know what I'm saying, you see these characters, you get people to do reaction videos, stuff like that to them, put them on social media, stuff like that. People get people hyped about it, like the content creator, but then like the fans get excited because the fans see of these content creators, they see this stuff and they're like, oh yeah, I see Alien, I see Predator, I see all this stuff like that. I'm like, oh man, I'm hyped, I'm ready for this. Like, why would you want to put your hype out immediately? That's like saying if you have the beta, like this beta that for Mortal Kombat 11, the 2 betas that I played, that I was fortunate enough to play, that I was blessed enough to actually get the emote to play the stretch test beta. Then I already had reserved the game, so I was able to play the other beta. So the first beta we had was Scorpion, Scarlet, and Cabal. There's 3 characters. I mean, that's not Cabal, I'm sorry. Scorpion, Scarlet, and Baraka. That was the first beta, and it's basically you just playing a bunch of player matches. You just had to play with those 3 characters, 2 variations, I think it was, just like it is in the game it is right now, and you had to play with those characters. Literally was no training mode. You just have to literally go online, play against people in player matches the entire time. You can literally keep rematching that person, whatever. You can just keep playing. Then from that we upgraded. We had got a few more characters in the upcoming the other beta, which was still the base 3 from the other one, was Scorpion, Scarlet, and Baraka. Then we also got Cabal and Jade, so we added 2 more characters. So basically they gave us a grand total of 5 characters, okay amount of stages. Like it was like a few stages or whatever. You know, just at the beginning of the game, we didn't get all the stages, which makes sense. And why, like I said, why would you want to just show everything off rip? And then you only had 5 characters, which I think it was 2 variations per character. That's 10. So you basically had 10 variations of a character in a beta. So you didn't even get, I think, not even a quarter of what all was in the base roster, not including what's for DLC coming on along down the line. So, like I say, if then once the game comes out and you playing and you see all these characters and you're like, oh, this character's in here, this character's in here, this character got these type of moves for base variation, but then you can add these moves in, stuff like, you know, they're getting hype. You playing the crypt and stuff like that, you getting hype, you see it, stuff like that. And then the DLC comes like a couple months down the line or whatever, and you see this DLC trailer, and then you, like I say, content creators like myself, even though I'm on a way lower scale, because I only got like 400 some subscribers, but if you react to it and then you see this and then like you put it out there, and then you get it out there to the masses, to the massive fans or whatever, and then the hype is there, and then, you know, DLC stuff like that, blah blah blah, then your game is still relevant for a long time. So pretty sure that is the meaning for that tweet right there. I'm sorry I just went into so much detail, but I'm just guessing that. So it says, next image, it says, working on Mortal Kombat 11 reportedly gave one developer PTSD. So yeah, if you guys don't know what PTSD is, that's very, very, very serious. So actually, let me just go into detail. I mean, not detail, but let me just go into the actual meaning of this and like what your symptoms are when you have PTSD. So let me just hop onto this right here. So it's post-traumatic stress disorder. That's PTSD. So somebody working on this game had got post-traumatic stress disorder. So they had anxiety, they had nightmares, and chronic post-surgical or post-trauma pain from working on this game so much for so many hours. So that's really, really bad. When an employee is having these type of problems working on your game, yeah, then something's going on. So that's really, really bad. That's really, really serious. But the last thing we're going to end off on with that, off the PTSD employee, which is really bad. I hope that person got well really, really soon, because that's really, really serious. That's nothing to play with. But also, if you guys see right here, Kombat Breaker is roughly in a week and a few days, I'll say. What is that? Because what is that? +7. What is that? That's 8, 9. Let me 7. Let me see. That's 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So about a week and 2 days. A week and 2 days, we'll have Kombat Breaker, which actually happens in Illinois, which is the home of NetherRealm Studios. NetherRealm Studios is in Chicago, Illinois. So this is actually in their backyard, basically, of this tournament. So usually, Kombat Breakers will show DLC. This is probably the best bet for us to get the first look at DLC for the game, for the first DLC pack, because we already know Shang Tsung is confirmed as the first character that's going to be coming out for DLC pack 1. But this should be at like on the 26th of May on the grand finals for Mortal Kombat 11. We should be able to see some DLC pack 1 news information, trailer, something like that. And on top of that, for Kombat Breaker, of all the games that's there or whatever, the most participants for one game at this, it's gonna be at this venue, is Mortal Kombat 11, with like over 750 plus people that's registered for this tournament. So this is it's just going hand in hand and just showing that it's in a backyard for NetherRealm Studios, and it's a bunch of people that's gonna be, you know, in this tournament. So why not just show some about DLC Pack 1 as for the trailer, something like that. But anyway, guys, like I say, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that the DLC will be delayed because of the whole internal problems with NetherRealm Studios, or do you think it's still just gonna come out like normal, like without no questions asked? So just let me know what you guys think about that. Yeah, so I like the video. If you guys appreciate this type of content, Share the video. Please share out the video if you guys really like this content. Try to get it out to other people, like on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you share stuff at, or even in your group chats, whatever that likes Mortal Kombat news or just in general just YouTube content like this for video games. Share it out there with them. Let them know. Subscribe if you're new. If this is the first time ever watching one of my videos. Also as well, hit the bell notification, click all so you can be notified every time I make an upload. Get your notification box, and there's some videos around the screen right now. You can click one of these videos right here. You can keep your team on watching and supporting the channel. So without further ado, guys, like I say, let me know if you guys think that the like I said, let me know if you guys think that the DLC will be delayed. So without further ado, guys, we will end. Get them out. Peace.